Hello,
Hello.
teacher. Buenas
Good
noches.
night, teacher.
Hello, teacher. Good night.
Good night, teacher.
Hola, hola. Bien, vamos a comenzar. ¿Hay alguna duda? ¿Todo bien? Hola, Sandra. Bien, supongo que no hay dudas. Bien, hoy estaba pensando en un tema para hablar, pero les voy a dar la opción democrática. ¿Alguien tiene alguna sugerencia de un tema interesante? Tengo una idea, pero pues, a ver si algo sale de ustedes. Una flor de su jardín. Siempre me obligan a recurrir a, a, a los que sé que siempre me contestan, pero les quiero dar la oportunidad a todos. Thinking, very good. Ok. Ah, creo que varios transcriben la llamada travel. Travel es un buen tema. Me gusta ese. ¿Alguna otra sugerencia? Ok. No, cuando te refieres a travel, bueno, vamos a pasar a inglés. What do you mean with that? It could be like travels you have made, travels you want to do, uh, memories.
Hello, teacher. Good evening.
No?
Well, maybe travel that you made and travel that you want to make. Se
What would
puede.
be? Tell me one of each, please.
Well, I have been in Zacatecas. I am sorry.
I have been to.
I have okay. I have been to Zacatecas. Okay. I'm from the Mexico City, so it's a beautiful place. Well, yeah. Because I am on the big city, on the metropolis. I don't know if that's the same. The same, yeah. So yeah, I am with a lot of people. Yeah, and so the travel in road, traveling in the road, watching the view and so on. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And also, I have been to Chiapas, the near to the border with Guatemala. It's very different with the north because in the south is very green, very green. The the weather is different, and yeah, I love Chiapas. Yeah.
I think well, Chiapas is beautiful. I have been to the border. I remember more than a couple of years ago, I went to on tour and to the southern part of the country, and a couple of dates were in Guatemala, and it was amazing until the drummer forgot his passport in Mexico. It's pretty easy to cross from Mexico to Guatemala, but the other way is not that easy. We had quite an adventure and a long, long drive. But Chiapas is beautiful, yes. And last Sunday, I went to Mexico City to a concert, and I was in La Colonia Roma, and I forgot because it's been a while since the last time I went there. But it's amazing. There's a lot of things to do, and maybe this could be my perception, but I have the feeling that people in Mexico City is getting nicer and nicer to customers. They are getting warmer. Because I remember when I was a teenager, maybe they were like always in a hurry, like angry. But these last experiences have been great.
I think it depends of the place of the how can I say that the
The zone.
The song, yeah, yeah, exactly. So I think it depends, but because, well, if you are in maybe Tepito, Iztacala, is and so on. I think it's more. I don't know. They are in groups, and they are warm with their own partners. I don't know how to say that. Circle with.
The neighbors or people living there could be more general.
Yeah. Okay, okay, thank you. And yeah, I think, but yeah, yeah, I really agree with you that in a lot of places that before there aren't warmer, they are already now. Now they are. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I've been to Tepito twice, and people are nice. Obviously, I stay like in the main streets, but never happened until now. So I try to avoid dangerous places. Um, Especially because when you are traveling, you should be very careful about that. Especially if you travel to a first world country. Let's be honest with that. They are pretty safe. For example, Canada, Japan, they're pretty safe. But maybe you are the danger, no? And I'm not saying this in a bad way. Probably you don't know the customs, like specific laws about something, and you could get in trouble. So have to be aware of those things, right? Oh, it's the first time we got a chance to see you. Very good, nice.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad to see you.
and now you mentioned the places you have been. Where would you like to go?
Well, talking about countries, I would like to to go to ah. Uh, I was thinking in London because well, I love the accent. I don't understand nothing about it, but yeah, I love the accent. I love the buildings. I love the yeah, yeah. I have seen pictures in the movies in the yeah, especially in the movies, and yeah, I would like to be in there.
London is amazing, and you have the chance to see a lot of historic things. I'm, as an historian, love those things. The accent is not. Trust me, you get used to it pretty quickly. Unless you go to Southeast London, for example, they talk with this accent is called Cockney, and it's impossible to understand. I had a quite a rough time there, and yeah, that zone is amazing. It's expensive. I think it's one of the most expensive places you can go there, but it's incredible. I got a chance to go to London, and after that, I went for a couple of days to Ireland. Very nice too, and I want to go back to Scotland. It's amazing too. But yeah, definitely, I think that traveling is the one thing that I don't want to stop doing. Never. It's one of the best experiences for me. But excellent, very good, Noe. Rafael, yes.
Hey, sorry, I was looking for my microphone. I couldn't find it on this PC. But I grew up in Mexico City as a young boy. I think from like when I was 6 to like 10 years old, and I lived in Garibaldi. So my hood was La Lagunilla, Tepito, Garibaldi, obviously, and it's totally safe. You know, people talk and they're like warning you not to go there, but I feel like I know everybody down there. So even now that I'm an adult and I go back, I still have a lot of friends from when I was a kid. So it's just going back home, and I live in the U.S. and life is way different, but it doesn't really worry me when I go down there because I feel like I'm back at my house and with people I know. So it really depends. I'm totally okay visiting like neighborhoods and stuff just because if you don't look for trouble, trouble doesn't look for you. As simple as that.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a very interesting idea, that if you don't look for trouble, I don't know. Mexico is getting weirder in some places. I wish that to be true.
I do hate the airport though, because I every time I land there, they're always asking me for a passport. I'm like, dude, I'm Mexican. It's like, why are you asking me for, because I guess people fly from all over the world, and then you get these flights from the U.S. But I'm like, no, if I fly back, I fly with the U.S. passport. If I fly there, I fly with my Mexican passport. So it's like, whatever. It's like I'm Mexican, 100% for sure.
Yeah, that's a good option. But yeah, I think that after 2001, well, 9/11, I mean, uh, airports got crazy. But yeah, it happens. Pretty good, excellent. Who else? Noe told us about Chiapas and Zacatecas, and he wants to travel to London. So, what about the rest of you? Any volunteers? Daniel? Oh, well, Alejandro and Daniel, if you want to go after.
Hi, hello, teacher. Mm, well, I have traveled to a lot of places. Fortunately, I've been to Costa Rica, to Los Angeles, to Orlando, Florida, to a lot of states here in Mexico also. Most of them like the beach in Chiapas, in Oaxaca, in Cancun, Puerto Vallarta, Los Cabos. I like a lot going to the beach. I enjoy it. And I think the place I would like to visit more is like a dream I've had since I was very young. I would like to go to Italy.
Sorry, you were very what?
Young?
Drunk?
Young.
Ah,
Little
John.
boy.
I was like, so you've been there and you don't remember or what? What happened? Okay, very young. Yes, Italy is one of the countries I would like to visit too.
Yes, yes, it's beautiful. It,
I have this idea, and I got the chance to live this experience by first hand. There are some countries when if you see pictures, videos, especially on social media, you are going to see like the best parts of these countries, these towns, for example. And when you get there, you realize that yeah, they are beautiful, but there are a lot of places that are quite regular. Italy, for example, I've never been there. I really want to, but for example, if you go to Venice, a friend told me that the canals are amazing at first, but you grew tired of them pretty quickly, and that the city is pretty. It's quite dirty. She told me that. I don't know. I would prefer to check that in real life and not only through her opinion, but it could be interesting. Um, I don't know. I think that social media had created a lot of um, places that are dreamy, and probably not exactly in real life. For example, when I went to Japan, I remember being eager to go to this bamboo forest in Kyoto, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I want to go, I want to go." And when I was there, it was like, "What the hell? This is very small. It's not that impressive." But I have seen videos that it looked amazing, like if you were about to fight a samurai. And when I was there, it was okay. This is nice, but so. Nevertheless, I think that experiencing all these places by firsthand is unique, and no one should tell you, or you should not let anyone's opinion to tell you different. Very good. Italy is a very good place. Yeah, I want to go there.
yes, I am learning Italian in Duolingo, uh,
Uh,
and I am learning a lot. It's quite fun.
I learned Italian in college, and I have never had the chance to practice. You know, like
No, no, me
the
too.
theory, but I don't know. And I attended that class because of the most obvious reason. Why did you learn Italian? Because of a girlfriend.
Of course.
It was like she was in this class and she was telling me, "Oh yeah, you should try it." And I went together with her, and it was nice. But in the end, obviously, we're not together anymore. But I have this pretty experience to share with you. That's very good, excellent, Alejandro. Thank you. Who else? Daniel, are you ready? Yes.
Oh, thanks. I'm ready. I came a little late to the class, but I'm happy to see you again. I haven't here for some months, but talking about traveling, the last week I was on Tasco Guerrero, some of my favorite places. I haven't been there um, before the last week, but I'm enchanted with this place because it's a little it's more than that I expected. I mean, the streets are a colonial streets. You can see colonial architecture everywhere. A lot of nice people, and you can eat a lot of delicious food. And if you like the silver, well, there is a lot of handcraft artisanies and how you say jewelry on silver. So it's a place that is close to the center of the country. So if you have the chance to go there, is I can recommend you to go there. It's all for me.
Last time I went to Tasco, I was in high school. I remember it was a like a school trip to the grottos, las grutas, and it was amazing. I love that place, and yes, I got a couple of things. Obviously, I was a student, didn't have like a lot of money, and I got some small jewelry pieces for my dad. I remember uh, giving him a medal, things like that. But it's amazing. The only thing that I hated about Tasco is that you have to walk a lot, and every street is like in an angle, so you get completely tired at the end of the day. But it's a beautiful town. I probably would be nice to go back there. Very good. And where would you like to go? Like dream trip.
Mm, yeah, I really want to go to Russia. I know that most of people think it's a safe place right now, but um, even before the war, I was wondering about the nature, Siberia, the Baikal Lake, and the historic buildings like castles, all that. I would like to go there, but maybe in the next year I'll try to go if for that days Russia and Ukraine does exist. Maybe maybe not, but I hope I could go there in the next year.
Russia. I think it's especially Moscow is like a dream city to me. And I had this idea. I don't know if someone had experience that I love history and I love castles and medieval history. And I have this idea if I want to know those places, well, those buildings, I should go to Europe. To
Mhm.
Western Europe. But a friend told me that if you want to experience the real deal with that, you should go to Eastern Europe, like Russia,
Mhm.
obviously Ukraine, uh, all those places, because they still have castles, because they're more recent than the ones in Western Europe. I don't know. I would like to travel all around the world. Well, I have some exceptions. I would never go to India. I think I would be dead within the week. Yeah, very good. So Russia and Tasco, very good.
Teacher, sorry, why no India? And you said you will be dead.
Because of the food, I'm a foodie, and if I have this urge to try things in the street, and I would probably be dead. I've seen a lot of tourists getting very sick after eating in India. Um, Mexico is not like the best example of. Oh, can you hear that? Uh, we have
Yes.
a visitor today. My dog is around here, and she wants to go to the street. But I don't know. Mexico is not the best example of hygiene when we talk about street food, but India is another level. That's the case. But I would love to see those millennial buildings, for example. Oh, that would be my reason. Rafael, yes.
I think you just have to be open to being able to try like different things if you do eat over there, and it's a little crazy. Too much. I think just too many people on the streets is just it gets overwhelming. I wouldn't do that either. But I was just gonna comment about Tasco because one of my best friends is from Tasco, and I got a chance to visit him a few times. And I have a lot of friends from Russia because here in the U.S. you meet people from all over the globe, right? But the weather is completely different. So he's going from a hot area to a really cold area, and Moscow is just a way different different climate for sure. But it's good because I like them both. I like Vegas. I like the desert. I like the heat. But I also enjoy going to the snow and playing in the snow. Colorado, even some parts in Vegas, they have high mountains and they have a lot of snow. And here in California, so I actually enjoy both. So I can kind of relate because I love a nice hot weekend, but I think I prefer more the cold rather than the heat. But it works either way.
Definitely, I agree that I prefer cold weather, but I have to be honest with you. I like Puebla's cold. Like we're talking, like the lowest temperature we can get is like -3, -4 on a cold winter. But one of my guitar students is from Canada, and he told me that in some months of the year they could have like -30. I've never been in that kind of cold. So I think that saying that I like cold could be deceitful in this case. -30, I don't know. I cannot imagine that kind of cold. And having like 14, 40 centimeters of snow, same thing. But I prefer cold, nevertheless.
Well, if you have the right clothes, you can be in any weather. I think.
Yeah, but again, I've never felt that kind of cold, so could be quite interesting experience.
I'll email you some pictures of the places we go to. It's pretty nice, and it gets down, down in -10, 15. It doesn't go under that, but it's nice. I mean, you'll enjoy it. It's a different environment. People are nice, and the places are nice, and I think it's a good experience overall.
Yeah, as long as you have proper clothing, if it's very cold or if it's very hot, also. I don't like dry heat. Well, I don't know. I don't like humid heat. Just-
You gotta come visit us to Vegas then. It's very dry and it's super hot. During the summer, it gets up in the 115s, closer to the 40s in centigrados, but Fahrenheit, it gets up in the 118 sometimes. And it goes day and night. It's hot during the day, it's hot during the night, but people are out there. You're drinking, you're just having a good time, so who cares?
yeah, you have the chance to forget about the heat, right? I have a friend who lives in Sonora. Yeah, Sonora. And she told me that they can have like 50 Celsius. It's like, Why would you like to live in a place like that? 50 Celsius is here in Puebla, a very hot um, summer. This year we had like 32 tops. I was dying. So something in between. Equilibrium is good. Very good. Who else? Who else? Torreon, yes, Torreon is pretty hot too. I've been there in the summer. Puebla, York, Sara, born and raised in Puebla. Sandra, yes.
Hi, teacher. Hi, everyone. I wanted to put my camera, but it's not working today, and I don't know why. Anyway, I am from Colombia. Obviously, now my first how to say destiny for to travel is to go to Colombia to visit my parents and my family. Um, when I used to live in Colombia, one of the best things is to, I am from Medellin. One of the best things is to go to travel around the small towns outside of the metropolitan area. It's just fantastic. You can eat whatever you want on the streets, teacher. It's just, it's beautiful, different weathers and different kind of cultures, different kind of economy, and it's really, really, really nice. But here in USA, I have the opportunity to travel Hawaii. Hawaii was a beautiful place that I really enjoy. My oldest daughter got married there. But more than the beach, that is beautiful, but I think that there are beautiful beaches in many places. Something that I really love about Hawaii was we visit like in a jungle, and it was just how can I say majestuous,
Majestic.
majestic, and in somehow I feel in the jungle like I was in like Avatar movie. Think when the big tree. I don't know if you watch that movie, but it was so beautiful. I was so impressed about that like jungle that I saw in Hawaii, and especially also the people. The people is so nice, so kind, so beautiful down there. I have the opportunity also to travel to California. One of the cities that I love the most is San Diego. To be in San Diego is like to be in Mexico, literally like that. Yeah, I just feel that I was visiting Mexico. Also, I used to live in Utah. Um, I had the opportunity also to visit Las Vegas, but there was a place that is called Moab. I don't know if my friend that lives in Las Vegas has been in Moab, but it's so beautiful. I don't know if you have seen on the movies that they show the arch that is down there. It's so beautiful. And anyway, like different places, and my husband and I, because we moved from Utah to Florida, and we did a big travel. We traveled like for 45 hours, like 3 days, and we pretty much drive from Utah to here to Florida. And one of the places that I liked the most was Nashville. That will be a place that I would like to go back again. And also Charleston in South Carolina is so beautiful. Is where my youngest daughter lives. Um, the architecture over there and the history part that even that is sad, but the plantations they are so beautiful over there. It's just really fun city. And sorry if I extended, I have been extended too much, but there are places that my husband and I we're planning to go hopefully soon. The thing is, we are trying to finish some things first, but if I want to go to Barcelona to be in the new stadium of Barcelona soccer team and to go to Italy. And something that I would like to do, especially as a Catholic, I wanted to go to the El Camino de Santiago, to do one of the routes of the El Camino de Santiago and same land, but we will see if we can just to to go there. Thank you, teacher.
A lot of interesting places, Sandra. Nashville, I would really like to go there because I love blues, and it has a great history regarding that. I got a chance to visit um, New Orleans, and I have a very good experience, music related. So I think
Wow.
Nashville could be quite interesting.
Yeah, something that I was so interesting about Nashville because we arrived at Nashville like Sunday, 10 a.m. and we stopped there and we went to get on a green smoothie and we went to like the main street of Nashville and there were full in bars. You can get all those outfits, the colorful boots, like cowboy boots, hats, and everything is so shiny. And something was so interesting in that at 10 a.m. on Sunday, all the bars they were opened, and also in every bar was an a live music dance. And I say, oh my gosh, I would love to come here like maybe Friday or Saturday to see all the people wearing all those interesting clothes, like in the way that they dress up at night over there, and to go just bar to bar just to for listen, not for to drink because I don't like to drink much really, but just for the music. They were so nice, so wonderful. And I have a question. In what concert were you go this weekend that you told in the first part of the
Oh,
conversation?
okay. Well, I have a couple of favorite bands that could make my day brighter. And one of those is a band from Spain called Angelus Apatrida. They are a big band in Spain, but here in Mexico, they're not so known, you know? And they announced a tour, and I just bought the tickets, went with a friend, and we were right in front of the stage. Angelus Apatrida is the name of the band. My ears are still ringing, but I'm happy.
Good for you.
And it's amazing because when you meet people you admire, in this case, I love their music. I think they're very talented musicians. And when you get a chance to meet these people you admire, I have some bad experience in the past, but with these guys, they were amazing. So down to earth, open to talk with you, and we were talking about guitars, about music in general. Very very nice people. So it was a very good experience. Like I told you, my ears are still ringing, and probably it's going to be like that for a couple days. But I'm happy. I think that I have my happiness dose for this week at least.
It is wonderful, teacher.
Yeah, and I used to go to a lot of concerts, but this year I have only attended like four, but very good bands, so I'm pretty happy with that. And no, the thing is that I live in Puebla, so a lot of events are in Mexico City. So I have to travel. It's a bit more expensive, so I try to be more selective because sometimes, well, concert prices, if you like to go these days, are insane. They are going up, up, up every time. So
It's crazy.
yeah,
And
I
here in USA is just unbelievable, just they charge you because you live here wherever they want, you know. Did you see, like, for example, like the final of the Copa America? It was insane, like that's why all that situation that happens in Miami because people can afford it to pay those high price tickets.
Yeah, and the thing is that I have the feeling that promoters are trying to recover from all their losses during the pandemic, and I can understand that, but please be nice to people. They are paying you for your events, and they are charging you a lot of money right now. I cannot understand, sorry, how concerts went like 30, 40% higher in these last years. But if we want to go, the sad part is that the artist is not the one who gets the most of it. So that's the reality of art. But very good. So Sandra told us that she would like to go to Barcelona to see Barcelona lose versus Real Madrid. I know.
No, you're cruel. No, Barcelona is going
I
to
know that's it, the real reason behind that.
win. No.
Yeah, very
I
good.
have to
Barcelona
say
is,
with my Mexican friend, no way. No way, Jose.
yeah, Barcelona is a beautiful city, but I've never been that hot in my life. It's in summer. Well, that was my mistake. There was like 42, 43 Celsius, and I was dying. The sun beats you like crazy, but it's beautiful. I think that the all that part of Spain, the part that has like more Arabic heritage, is beautiful.
Hmm.
You've never seen something like that.
Yes, and there are so many places. I see a lot of videos about Spain, Italy. I love, even for example, a new place that I didn't know, Mallorca, is beautiful. I don't know. There are places like they never mention it, but it sounds interesting for me. For example, I don't know, Malta. Like nobody speaks about Malta. Like, I was watching in a video about the most beautiful islands and places, and Malta was one of those. What's it say? Oh my goodness! Yeah, things like that.
I know this guy from Malta. He has a band. That's why I know him. And he shot a video for his band in one of those islands. It's amazing. It's something like out of a science fiction movie. It's unbelievable, beautiful. Yeah, that's a good place. And like you said, no one talks about Malta. Very good. Excellent, Sandra. Thank you. Thank you. A ver, ¿quién más? Hay varios que no los he escuchado. Sara. Hay 40 personas aquí.
Good night.
Go ahead. Ah. Sarah, tell us, where would you like to go? No? Yes.
Sorry. The question is, what do you like to go to from Mexico or in other countries?
Wherever you want to go.
Well, I like I'm I like mountains, city of mountains, Europe, and my favorite place are some pueblitos. How to ¿cómo puedo decir pueblitos? O pueblos mágicos, más bien.
No hay una traducción literal para pueblos mágicos.
Magic, no.
Ajá, es que dices Magic Towns.
Magic
Suena
Towns.
como una zona de un parque de Disney.
Sí, claro.
Pero si
No
no hay
la
una traducción literal, puedes decir como Little Towns, sería como pueblito, ¿no? Pero no hay una traducción literal.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I like to go to other places that are natural, and maybe I prefer place when I can camping, to do camping. I love, and mountains. I like to go to Japan, maybe, and other place, more mysterious place. Maybe New Zealandia, Icelandia, or other place. But, in Mexico, are all the place and all the ecosystems different. So I prefer visit this place first and then go to other countries.
There are a lot of places that you can visit in Mexico that are,
Yeah.
but
lot.
I don't have like a lot of information about that. Sometimes, my favorite place in Mexico has to be um, Guanajuato.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that colonial vibe that the city has.
Oh, yeah. But Puebla have a lot of place to the same
Uh,
style.
Puebla's downtown is amazing. If you like that
Mm.
colonial vibe, you're going to enjoy a lot of it. But and it has a lot of cool things, natural things, but you have to travel quite some time. Like 2 or 3 hours to get to those natural sites that are
Mm.
unbelievable too. But I really like Puebla. I know that a lot of people complain about their hometowns, but I like Puebla.
Awesome. I like Chiapas. My favorite is Chiapas, Oaxaca, and let me see. Yeah, Puebla and Quintana Roo, Tulum, and other places that are mysterious. And in a temporada baja, how do you say para turística temporada baja?
Mm, ¿Te refieres, por ejemplo, vacacional o en general?
Sí, me quise decir, me gusta visitarlos cuando es temporada baja.
Off season.
Off seasons.
Off season.
Yeah, I prefer.
Obviously, there's less people, and that's good because a lot of places that you mentioned are like you're never going to be alone. You're never going to feel lonely in those. Japan, for example, it could be 3 a.m. and you are not alone in the street. There's always a lot of people everywhere, and that
Um,
I've traveled in some countries and I've never seen people drinking that much like in Japan.
mhm.
You could see people completely wasted on the street, and no one, and it's pretty safe. They do that because nothing happens. It's legal to drink in the street in Japan. I don't know
Mm,
in other states in Mexico,
I
but in
don't know
Puebla,
it.
that's well, you're going to end up in jail. But
Yeah,
where are you
okay.
from, Sarah?
Sorry, can you repeat me? I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
hear.
Where are you from?
Mexico. I'm born in Tuxtla Gutierrez in Chiapas, and then I go to Guadalajara, and I live in City of Mexico, CDMX, for 30, 35 years.
35, 35?
35 years.
Okay.
And in last 3 months, I'm live in Puebla, York, in Cholulita Hermosa. I love them. So
Cholula.
I visit different places, but me faltan muchos lugares por conocer. Es muy grande.
Yeah, Cholula is dangerous. A lot of people who came to live here never want to leave.
Uh,
I've seen that with a lot of. I went to college in Cholula, so I have a lot of classmates who were from different states, and they stayed there. They love that. They love the quiet pace that Cholula has.
yeah. Well, I am in Rancho.
Yes, it's a ranch.
Live. But are many places that I don't visit.
That you don't visit or have not.
Have not visit.
Okay. Yes.
Maybe. Uh, I visit 2 years ago. So place, for example, ex Hacienda de Chautla, uh, the center of Puebla, Angelópolis, the most famous place. But I prefer visit other places that are not very common.
Okay. Cuando te quieres referir al centro,
Uh-huh.
Downtown.
Downtown. Yeah. Thank you.
Very good. Excellent, Sarah. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Marco, go ahead.
Yes, teacher. Hi, guys. I would like to other states of Mexico, Ancono, Zihuatanejo, Veracruz, Michoacán, Toluca, Cuernavaca, Oaxaca, Hidalgo, and Puebla, my home states, and yes, Cono, some parts of Puebla, and Guadalajara, Los Mole, on the day of the earth, and it's antojitos like molotes. Yes, it's the and it's more tostaditas, which is refreshing beers, and it's enchiladas, ingrid or red sauce. Everything, teacher. Uh, Puebla's bonito, teacher.
Yeah, and you have a lot of things to eat here in Puebla. There's
Yes.
a lot of options. It could be expensive, it could be cheap. I that's one thing that I really like about Mexico City too. You have a lot of options. This is going to sound very, very rural, but when I went to Mexico City a lot of long time ago, I remember I was amazed that you could eat tamales at night.
Oh, I
Mexico City.
like.
In Puebla, you can only get those in the morning. Well, until a couple of years ago, honestly. But it was like, wow, you have tamales at night. That's very good. I don't really eat tamales, but it was good to know that you have the option, right? But I think that Mexico is one of the richest cultures in terms of food. Obviously, every country has its own, but in Mexico, you can get a lot of options and very good options. One thing that, Noe, if you want to go to England or London in this case, one thing that you are going to miss like hell is the food. I, I, I I'm sorry if I hit someone with this rock, but that has to be one of the worst foods I ever tried. Everything is boiled, everything has mint sauce, it's bland. I don't know. And it used to,
Teacher, where? Sorry. Where?
yes, in London, England
London.
in
Okay.
general, yes, the English taste is quite bland, especially for a Latin American. If you like spicy food, you're going to have a bad time because even I remember going to McDonald's because I have to try every McDonald's in every country I visit because I like to compare. It's like drinking Coca Cola. You have to compare. And I remember asking for a very spicy burger in McDonald's, and it was like, what the hell is this? It's like ketchup. This is not spicy at all. And no, but if you go to an Indian restaurant in London, you're going to have a very good experience. Sandra, yes.
Teacher, like you're changing the topic because no, you're changing the topic about food. That it just like for me, it's very difficult that people from Mexico love other kind of food because I have a Mexican friends. They say, guys, how can I give you a Colombian sancocho or frijoles from Colombia? Because always you are looking for something spicy to put into the soup, something in the beans, and you change totally the taste of the food. En español, creo que es muy difícil complacer el paladar mexicano con otro tipo de comida. Amo la comida mexicana, tengo amigos, pero todos sabían que a mí no me gusta lo spicy, entonces lo mío era separado. Amo el molcajete, amo los tacos de tripa, me encanta la birria, ¿cómo es? Mi hija ama, ay, se me olvidó, es de pollo. Ay,
Tinga.
la tinga, la aprendí a preparar y también el pozole, me encanta todo, pero nada spicy. Solo quería hacer esa referencia de que es muy difícil complacer un paladar mexicano. Mira, mi esposo, he used to love to eat spicy because in Utah there are a lot Mexican, influence of the food. And when he went to Colombia, he suffered because we don't eat spicy in Colombia, at least in Medellin.
I've seen that people tend to, for example, in Europe, especially, they think that spicy is like condimented, heavy condimented food. But until they get to Mexico and have the real meaning of spicy, hot food is like I like habanero. I can eat an habanero like
Oh my goodness.
eating it, and but it's like nuclear for Europe.
Yeah, I see all my friends, they are like the nose, runny nose, they are red, the ears are red, but they are just eating and eating. Oh my gosh, how they can enjoy that.
Yeah, you are crying, you are sweating, and after it passes, you take the spoon with the salsa and let's go again. Yeah, that's something that only a Mexican can understand. That pain, that suffering, that masochistic intent when you eat. But yeah, I love that. I love spicy food too.
That's a good word to say.
Yeah, it's a masochistic treat for a Mexican. Yeah, definitely. Very good. Alma, yes.
Good night, Mr. Teacher. Um, I love um, I don't speak much English, but I love the countryside in like the swing. I love la fruit, uh, el son, um, eh, I love el ice cream y las flowers. Hablo muy poquito, profe.
No, muy bien, muy bien. Recuerden que el primer paso es empezar a hablar y lo estás haciendo muy bien. Very good. And I understood everything you said. Very good. Excellent, Alma.
Thank you. Good night.
Right. Marco, yes.
Yes, teacher. Enchiladas, Ingrid, or sausage, take off them well with cheese. Like they make in Huachinango. Is this cheese similar to parmesano? ¿Qué es el parmesan? El queso parmesano.
Parmesan.
Parmesan is made like legs with is very rich, teacher. Win. In legality United States, along for along 7 months, I went in my return in December of 2002, ¿cómo se dice? 2002.
2002.
2002, ajá. Submitting because I am forgetting the chile piquín, teacher. No sé si lo probó usted el chile piquín en Puebla.
You know, my mom used to buy chile, grind it, and made chile piquín. And my mom was one of those those people who, when she cooked, you ask her, "Is this spicy?" And she used to say, "Nah." It was impossible for me to eat when she said that. And she had a very high tolerance to chile, so it was well, trust me, the first thing you're going to miss is your mom's food, and it happens to me. But yeah, definitely, I eat a lot of chile. I like spicy food, and until now I have not gastrointestinal problems with that, so I have to take advantage. And bien, ya casi se acaba lasaña, pizza, por supuesto, la comida italiana también me gusta mucho. Les voy a decir esto en español porque es lo que vamos a hacer para la siguiente clase. Como el tema se desvió, me parece que podría ser algo interesante. Lo que quiero que hagan, algo muy sencillo, quiero de su lugar de origen o algo que les guste mucho, se los voy a dejar más abierto. quiero que pueden compartir fotos, pueden presentar algo, pero quiero que hablen sobre la comida que más les gusta, ¿sí? Puede ser de su lugar de origen, como les digo, o puede ser algo que les encante. Vamos a irnos por un tema así sencillo. Ahora les vuelvo a hacer la pregunta. Eso va a ser para el jueves también, para que los alumnos nuevos se vayan integrando. Llevan varias clases que el tema se queda como más ligero. Hemos estado hablando de cosas más ligeras, de caricaturas, de películas. Ahorita hablamos de viajes. ¿Les gusta así o quieren que hagamos una clase con un tema un poco más serio?
Sí, profesor. Y una de mis preguntas, ahorita que ya entré con el micrófono, es que me cuesta mucho trabajo entrar a su clase, no sé si estoy registrada, ahorita me costó mucho trabajo encontrar el link para entrar, entonces, pues sí, quiero estar un poquito más presente, me interesan las clases. Y sí, me gusta mucho cómo lo está diciendo, me gusta así como lo habla y sobre el tema que ha estado abordando. Entré la semana pasada igual, pero me costó un poco de trabajo encontrar su clase. Y pues sí, me gusta más así.
Sí, es que de repente hablamos de temas, bueno, sí, a varios ya les ha tocado hablar de temas más serios y a veces se hace buena política, pero también son temas que pueden ser un poco más complicados para los que están empezando. Una cosa que respecto a lo que decía Alma, siempre entren con su correo institucional, porque si entran con el correo personal, no les van a dar acceso a la clase. Eso es lo primero. Lo segundo, la liga de la clase debe estar en su Classroom. Si no la encuentran o les cuesta trabajo, la liga con la que entraron ahorita, la que es meet.google.com, es siempre la misma. Entonces, guárdenla para que tengan esa sesión. Porque me ha pasado, por ejemplo, a mí Classroom me ha sacado un par de veces de la sesión y luego se me olvida la contraseña, entonces entro directo con la liga, ¿no? Entonces, si te pierdes alguna clase, Alma, también las puedes ver grabadas. Obviamente lo ideal es que estén acá, no les voy a mentir, lo ideal es que estén acá, que practiquen, que pregunten, pero sí, y aprovecho para decirles esto, cualquier duda que tengan, problema para entrar o así, me pueden escribir aquí, ¿va? Do it in writing. Sara, sí, lo pueden escribir, pero quiero que lo platiquen a sus compañeros. Si quieren poner una foto y presentarla, decir cómo se hace, qué ingredientes y todo, estaría excelente. ¿Ah? Oscar, dime.
Yes, teacher. I have a question about pueblito. How can you say it in English?
Pueblito, como les decía, la traducción literal sería como little town. Ahora, acá viene un buen de diferencias porque pueden decir village, una villa, ¿sí? Pero little town es como muy general. No es precisamente el término que usaría. Village puede ser, pero entonces tendrían que usar la definición de villa. Entonces puede ser un poco complicado. Pero little town cualquiera les va a entender. Ahora también puede decir un rural town, un pueblo rural, ¿no? En español suena un poco redundante, pero es el que yo te recomendaría. ¿Va?
Ok, thank you, teacher.
Nada. Y sí que no se había levantado la mano, perdón. No alcancé a ver. Rafael, yes.
Acá se usa mucho la expresión de small town también. Y para Alma, cuando me ha pasado así, le mando un mensaje por WhatsApp al tutor y me mandan el link y te puedes conectar desde el WhatsApp del mensaje que te mandan ellos.
Muchas gracias. Profesor, también me habían comentado que las clases de los martes son para principiantes. Yo, la realidad, no hablo mucho el inglés, pero creo que son las dos clases para todos, ¿verdad? Eso era mi duda igual.
Exacto, Alma. De hecho, eso de que los martes eran para principiantes fue un experimento que no me salió muy bien. Entonces, creo que funciona mucho mejor mezclar los niveles en las dos clases. No importa si no hablas mucho, créeme, si practicas en poco tiempo vas a estar hablando muchísimo más. ¿Va? Y de todas formas, yo sé que no es una clase, pero si tienen cualquier duda, pregunten. Ahorita, por ejemplo, Rafael mencionó, yo estaba con Little Town y había algo que no me sonaba. Exacto, como dijo Rafael, es Small Town, es mucho mejor decir Small Town. Entonces, ya ven, también pueden aprender mucho de sus compañeros.
Sí, profesor. Y las clases de Duolingo dicen que nos tenemos que meter, ¿eso es ahí en la institución?
No, solo bajas la aplicación y con tu correo institucional haces una cuenta y empiezas a trabajar.
Ah, ok.
No es necesario ningún código ni nada, y lo mismo, si tienes alguna duda, yo les recomiendo tomar una captura de pantalla y me la pueden preguntar en la clase, ¿va?
Ok.
Aquí va. Sandra, dime.
Profe, con relación a lo que usted pregunta, si tomar temas más serios o algo, yo en lo personal disfruto mucho estas clases porque me relaja, me saca como de toda la estudiadera y disfrutamos, yo en lo personal disfruto los temas. Me ha llevado a mis memorias y creo que se hace más fácil para los compañeros que están en un nivel muy básico, que puedan como captar más fácil palabras, porque a veces de pronto, yo me acuerdo de un script que usted puso y más que a usted le gusta lo creepy. Entonces, sabes que soy toma de pelo un poquito, entonces se hace a veces de pronto un lenguaje más complejo. De verdad que yo disfruto mucho los temas que estamos viendo en las últimas semanas. No sé qué pensarán los compañeros. Gracias.
Creo que ese sería como el consenso, tanto en que me gusta lo creepy como que los temas más ligeros son más funcionales. Entonces lo podemos dejar así. De cualquier forma, como hoy, a veces les pregunto qué tema les gustaría hablar. Siempre estoy abierto a sugerencias. Entonces, acá se respeta la democracia, ¿va? Muy bien, entonces vamos a dejarlo hasta acá. Ya tienen mi correo, cualquier duda que tengan. Y si no, nos vemos el jueves. Que tengan una excelente noche y cuídense mucho.
¿Y la votación? ¿Pusieron
Ya la pusieron desde hace rato.
Ah, bueno, gracias.
Sí, la vi. Va que va, cuídense mucho. Que estén muy bien. Bye.
Thank you, teacher. See you.
Bye.